Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. I know, I've been gone for quite a while, but there is an explanation to that, a very good reason in fact, and it is actually today's topic. But before we continue further into this conversation, I think it's time I change my avatar. Yes, goodbye my beloved Marco avatar, and hello Kyle Crane avatar, yeah.
Prove you are a man.
God,
Take your vengeance.
will you just shut the fuck up?
Now the reason why I've been gone is simply because of Dying Light. Now for those of you who don't know or who have never experienced peak video games before, Dying Light is a horror survival franchise that essentially surrounds you, the character, parkouring through a city or some sort of town that is overrun by zombies. Sounds a very simple concept. If you ever played it, you know that the game is fucking peak. The gameplay, mwah. Story, not really that interesting in my opinion. But the characters are great. The gameplay is fucking perfect. And there's 2 installments so far right now, Dying Light 1, Dying Light 2. And there's a 3rd one on its way in August. I think it's like early August. Dying Light the Beast, which follows Kyle Crane, the main protagonist from Dying Light 1. Now you're probably wondering, Fettuccine, how has this game or this video game franchise kept you from uploading content throughout these few weeks? Especially these few weeks where shit decided to fucking pop off all over the internet. All over the world, in fact. We'll get more into that a little later though. But the reason why this game has been keeping me from uploading content is because I've been playing Dying Light 2 non-stop. I don't really know what it is. I don't know if maybe I have some sort of ADHD, but like, when I start a game, I have to essentially almost finish it. I don't usually finish open world games that take a long time, but I do have to spend a lot of time onto the video game, or to spend a lot of time playing the video game itself. And I'm going to give my honest review of Dying Light 2. I haven't finished it. There's actually one thing I do want to explain. There's a certain type of open world games that I don't finish. Like Fallout 4, I have never finished it. Fallout New Vegas, I have never fully finished the game. Well, I have actually, but Fallout 4 is one of the games I have never finished my first playthrough. Same thing with my first playthrough of Dying Light 1. I have never finished it, but my other playthroughs, I have finished it. Dying Light 2, I've never finished I'm at the end. Like, I've been at the end for like a week now. I just been doing side missions this whole fucking time. I don't know what it is, but I try to like explore open world games. I try to level up as much as I can before I even attempt to end the game, but I usually just don't. I will end Dying Light 2 because I do want to move on from it. I remember being a little kid, or I think I was in elementary school when I was gifted the first Dying Light game. It was on Xbox 360 disc, so it was backwards compatible with my Xbox One at the time. And I was super scared it's gonna be a weird thing, so it's a little bit story, so I'm gonna go on a little tangent right now. But during that time, I was really scared of zombies. I don't know what it was. I think I was more scared of the idea of the world ending, and then there were just flesh-eating monsters just roaming about. And funnily enough, this fear kind of stemmed from fucking the movie Zombieland. Now, you're probably all laughing as to how the fuck Zombieland, the first one, gave me such this weird, crippling fear of fucking zombies. I don't know how to explain it. Even though it was a comedy, I don't really, like I said, I think the idea of the world ending and like fucking zombies roaming about is what gave me a really bad fear. But I had this classmate of mine who came to a birthday party, and he gifted me this game, and it was Dying Light. And he was telling me he gave it to me because he had 2 copies of it, and he said it was a really fun game. And I was fucking terrified. I didn't even touch it for a year when I got it, but I finished all the games I had gotten, and I was just like, okay, then why not, let's give this a shot, right? It just looks fucking scary as hell. I played it and I fell in love with it, and I think it was Dying Light that really kind of cured my fear. Well, yeah, still, obviously it's a horror game, I'm still gonna get scared, but it was because of that game that kind of made me more interested in the zombie genre, I suppose. I have a very guilty pleasure when it comes to movies and media, and that happens to be zombie types of media or any kind of infected type of media. So I've played games like Left 4 Dead, I've seen movies like World War Z. I plan on reading the book World War Z sometime this year or sometime next year. I love kind of looking into like the infection stuff and how it kind of starts and where it originates from. But Dying Light really was the catalyst of that, and it was a great fucking game. And I don't really think there's a lot of good zombie games, in my opinion, because a lot of zombie games are always really just round base type shooters, similar to what Call of Duty popularized back in the day, right? We see that with stuff like Left 4 Dead, we see it with like Call of Duty Zombies, as well as was it Blood for Back or something like that, and then obviously World War Z, the video game as well. We get very rare instances where zombies are in like an open world environment, and we do see stuff like that, like Dead Rising obviously, as well as Dead Island. But I think Dying Light is a very unique game because it emphasized on, or Techland, the game studios that made it, emphasize on something called, I don't know what it's called actually, but they do something unique when it comes to open world. You can essentially go anywhere on the map, and you can travel through it anywhere. You can pretty much approach anything on the map through any direction due to the parkour gameplay mechanics in the game. And that really what makes the game a whole lot more fun, because of the whole parkour element. You can just jump around from house to house, avoid the infected, run from the infected, all this and that, right? You can even, in Dying Light 2, there's something they do that I think is really cool, but they do like parkour combat where you can jump over people and you can fight other people like that, and it's really fun. It's really great, and I really like it. I really liked it a lot. And one of the most core things about Dying Light is the whole horror aspect, right? If you play the game, you're not gonna really think it's a horror game, really, because, well, I mean, it's just zombies, right? You can fight off the zombies, whatnot. Then they introduce the virals, where they're like recently infected zombies. So they're just a lot faster. They could parkour faster than you can. At least in the beginning of the game, they can parkour faster than you can. But they're easy to deal with. They're very easy to kill, whatnot, right? But one of the core elements of the game is the dynamics of daytime and nighttime. And they have a slogan in Dying Light called "Good night, good luck," which essentially means that when it's nighttime, you better have good luck, because there's a good chance you're gonna end up dying. And if you play the game, one of the things that, if anyone who ever plays the game, there's one thing you should do. You should not play the game on full brightness. You need to play the game at a certain brightness level, because playing at that kind of brightness is really what makes this game great. Because in the dark time, when you have to play the game during nighttime, it's fucking a different experience. It's fantastic, it's great, it's scary, and it pumps my heart, like, because I get scared the whole time. But I'm yapping a lot about Dying Light 1, I guess. But yeah, a lot of the things about Dying Light 1 is that the gameplay is great, the daytime nighttime cycle is wonderful, the way the world changes and how everything around you just changes, how there's more infected that gets involved into it too. I'm just gonna keep going on a tangent. This whole video is gonna be a tangent. The whole purpose of this video is just me fucking going blah 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 whatever on Dying Light and other topics. But I really do love the game Dying Light 1. I have great fond memories of it. I'm gonna probably replay it again sometime this year. But now let's get on to Dying Light 2. Ooh, the big no-no of Techland Games, the big no-no of the Dying Light fandom. This game was not very well received at first when it came out, like a few years ago. I didn't buy it when it first came out. I just bought it on sale, I think last year, and I finally installed it a few weeks ago and decided to start playing it fully. But one of the main things why people didn't like this game was because of the floaty parkour aspect to it, and that's one thing that's no longer in the modern version of the game. Actually, I thought I was going to see that a lot, but actually I did not. There was no weird floaty dynamics of the parkour at all. And I think the reason why they had that initially was because they wanted to make parkour easier for people, which, I mean, I guess, but I don't know. It's always one of those like slippery slopes whenever you try to market towards newer customers or newer gamers a video game, because in order to do that, typically what happens is that you have to sacrifice something that your fans who already play the game love so much. You have to like sacrifice something that they like in order to have the game become more new user friendly, I guess. Like we see this argument a lot when it comes to like Soulborne games, right? They're too hard, they're not very new, welcomingly friendly or whatever, right? And a lot of people don't want From Software to add any kind of difficulty slider or any kind of changes to it because, well, they love the fucking difficulty of the game itself. And I think they're right. You should not be able to. I think you should prioritize the fans who are already buying the game, who already own the game, who are already huge fans of your franchise first, and then you can try to focus on, I guess, trying to attract new customers, which, I mean, that's just opinion of mine. But there's more aspects to this game that I am not really a big fan of. One thing I don't like about this game is the variety of zombies or infected in the game. Now, you are introduced to a whole lot of varieties, right? You're like these chargers, these new kind of goons. There's virals too. The volatiles are also in the game as well, right? Signature trademark. But the problem is that, well, it just doesn't, there's not a whole lot of other varieties. In Dying Light 1, you had creatures like the toad, the exploders, the bombers, all that other shit. But the thing is, in Dying Light 2, you don't really see these variety of zombies unless you're doing missions. And that's the part that bothers me. How come I'm only seeing these zombies when it comes to story missions or other side quests, or just like daily challenges or weekly challenges? Like, I would love to see this fucking charger annoy the fuck out of me while I'm just roaming the fucking roaming the city. But no, I don't. It's just unfortunately not really the case, and it's kind of sad because it makes the world a little boring, I guess lore wise. Well, I don't even think lore wise would make sense. Lore wise, it should be the opposite. You should have more different types of affected because of the whole lore of Dying Light and how the virus spreads or how it works, right? But no, it doesn't really do much. One thing I do like about this game, it's an improvement from Dying Light 1, is the combat with humans. The combat with humans is a lot more it flows a lot better. It's a lot more action. There's a lot more things you can do, and it's pretty good. Parkour, hot take, but I like the parkour elements a little bit more in Dying Light 1 than I do in 2. In 2, you were introduced a lot more things you can do, but I don't know, I wasn't too interested in it. I just felt like the world wasn't too, I'm not too sure. Like, it's hard to explain. Because I felt like Dying Light 2 wasn't as open as it was compared to Dying Light 1. What Dying Light 2 does do that's pretty cool is that you can go inside most buildings. And it kind of enters this whole dark room area. But, and then the story for the game too. I'm not really too interested in the story. I feel like when it comes to these Dying Light games, Techland does not do a great job when it comes to the main story. I was never really too interested in the main villain, except for the first one from Rise. I think it was pretty cool. But I mean, in Dying Light 2, we don't really get to see the main villain a whole lot, except for, like, his name's like Waltz, but we don't really understand too much. Maybe in the end, when I finish the game, it'll be a whole lot different. I'm speaking a lot of shit for a game I haven't even finished yet, but I mean, it is what it is at this point. This is just a ranting video. I don't really care. I can do whatever I want. It's my fucking channel. In the multiplayer aspect of it too, I have not had a good experience so far. One thing I don't like what they did with Dying Light 2 is that they tried to make this game a lot more live service, which isn't a whole huge issue, but I think the problem is that they try to make it more live service. It seems like they prioritize a lot on live service aspects than they did on the other aspects of the game. Another thing too, this game does not feel like a horror game compared to Dying Light 1. I can, like, it's just, it's not as scary as it is at night as it is in Dying Light 1. And I guess lore wise, it kind of makes sense, right? I mean, it's 15 years into essentially the fall of the world, and well, I guess you should be more accustomed to the fact that nighttime is filled with fucking freaks and abominations beyond comprehension, right? So I guess lore wise it makes sense, but it's always kind of a shame because I feel like the whole slogan of good night, good luck kind of lost its meaning now in Dying Light 2. But hopefully, from what I can see, from Dying Light the Beast, it's actually going to be a lot more scary, and we're going to talk about that right now. So Dying Light the Beast follows the GOAT, Kyle Crane, my GOAT, the main antagonist from Dying Light 1, and it seems like for the gameplay we can tap into the aspects of the volatile aspect a whole lot, similar to what we see in Dying Light 2, where Aiden, the main character, is essentially able to, the more closer he gets to turning, the stronger he becomes, and he's able to essentially rip anything apart. But in Dying Light the Beast, it seems like Kyle Crane is a lot more in control of that, and there's this corny line in there, I'll admit, where it talks about like, if you push hard enough, you unleash the beast.
Every man has an animal within. If you push too much, you might unleash the beast.
And it's like, all right, buddy, all right, who wrote this shit? But it still looks great, and it actually has a lot, it feels and it looks like a lot more of Dying Light 1, but just a little bit different color grading, and it just looks bleak and it looks great. And the nighttime looks fucking dark as hell, and it looks crazy. It looks good, and I'm excited for it. It's great. Originally, it was actually supposed to be a DLC for Dying Light 2, but they decided to make it a whole standalone game just by itself, and I think it's going to go for $60 when it comes out, and it's like 40 hours of content. So I mean, it should be fun, it should be great. I'm excited for it. I love this franchise. I will be buying it after a week just to see how the reviews are. If the reviews are bad, I'll probably just wait until it goes on sale, then I'll buy it then. But still, most likely I have hope in Techland. They seem to do care about their games a lot. I mean, Dying Light 2 was released in a very unfavorable state, not because of performance wise, but because of the fact that people did not like the game a whole lot at first. But playing it now, it seems like the game they did put a whole lot of effort into improving the game. I'm enjoying it a whole lot so far. At least I think it's a fun, good game. It's not better than Dying Light 1. Dying Light 1 is far superior in my opinion, but I do think Dying Light 2 is a good game, and it's good to take. I don't know, it's just a really good game, and that's really all it is. And games like that are fine. Like Days Gone was just a good game, and that's okay. It's all right to just make good games. I feel like the problem is that companies are trying to either make perfect games or just cash cow games, and it's just like, it's okay if you make a good game, all right? Like you're always gonna, it's hard to make a perfect game. But that's about it on this rant or whatever on today's episode of Fettuccine's Rants. I don't really know what to fucking call this. I just wanted to upload some shitter out there just because, well, it's been quite a while at least. But there are a lot of interesting topics I'm going to be talking about. I've seen the Karate Kid movie, the new one. I actually enjoyed it despite all the bad reviews about it, but I don't think I'm going to upload a video about it because, well, it's already far too fucking late for that. It's like been almost a month for it. I will be doing a full overview of all the movies I've seen this year. At the end of this year, I'm going to do a full overview, and I'm going to rank all of them. It'll probably be early next year, like in January early, or probably like very late December. But that's something to look forward to, because I do plan on watching a lot of movies this year, and a lot of good movies are coming out. But what else shit? Also, fucking iDubbbz in the Creator Class Street thing. That's fucking hilarious. That's something I'll probably be talking about in a little bit. And just right now, as me recording this, fucking H3H3 or Ethan Klein is doing a lot of Hassan's Orbiters. That's also pretty fucking hilarious too. I might just touch upon that. I don't know. It's a whole lot of things I gotta touch upon, but I am a kind of a busy guy. I got other projects going on. But that's about it. That's about it for today's episode. Next time we'll see each other. God knows. I don't fucking know. But anyways, yeah, that's about it. And see ya.
Ando patrullando y en una mancha me miran. La química en que tengo maravillas. Soy Scorpio 9 para toda mi raza. Artesanal estoy bien ajeno, traspasa. Que ando laborando y celando.